Welcome to History Seekers, and I hope you're ready to have your world rocked. Deep in the heart of Syria lies the ghost of a once thriving metropolis, a city that stood as a jewel of the ancient world, a melting pot of Greco-Roman, Persian, and local influences, Palmyra. And yet, could its origins stretch even further back, beyond the Roman Empire, into a forgotten age or an unrecorded time? Palmyra was no ordinary Roman outpost. It was a key trade hub between East and West, flourishing under Queen Zenobia's rule in the 3rd century AD. An oasis in the Syrian desert, northeast of Damascus, Palmyra contains the monumental ruins of a great city that was one of the most important cultural centers of the ancient world. The city's architecture is striking. Corinthian columns and grand archways stand in the middle of the desert, seemingly out of place. But is it possible that Palmyra existed long before its Roman makeover? Can you imagine what this place looked like in its prime? Arches down every street. The columns? This would have been a paradise. There are many infamous buildings in these regions of the world, many dating back thousands of years. Some researchers argue that some buildings, such as the Temple of Bel, one of Palmyra's most iconic structures, may have older origins. The foundations of the temple bear a striking resemblance to megalithic sites found in the Levant. Could this suggest an earlier civilization, one that Rome simply built upon? The ruins of ancient Palmyra were discovered by archaeologists in the 17th and 18th centuries. Here are some of the first photos taken. Dating from the 19th century, the historic images of Palmyra on display are the work of French photographer Félix Bonfils, 1831 to 1895, and his assistants who traveled to Palmyra from their studio in Beirut by horse, camel, and mule. Then we have Aleppo, a city so ancient that its origins are lost in the depths of time. At its heart stands the mighty Aleppo citadel, perched atop a man-made hill, its foundations believed to date back over 4,000 years. But here's where things take an intriguing turn. Beneath its layers of Islamic, Byzantine, and Roman construction, some researchers suspect the presence of an even older, forgotten civilization. The lower levels of its stonework don't align with typical Roman or Islamic construction. These blocks are massive, precise, and eerily similar to the megalithic foundations found in Baalbek, Lebanon. Could this be evidence of an advanced lost civilization, with later rulers merely building upon its remains? Now, think about it. How did they construct something so monumental with such limited tools? 2 hands, a chisel, a hammer, and maybe a trusty donkey. Yet they built cities that could put modern ones to shame. You have to wonder, were Aleppo's earliest builders part of an advanced pre-Roman civilization? And if so, what engineering secrets allowed them to create such a resilient and enduring stronghold? One of the citadel's most fascinating mysteries lies beneath its foundations. Yes, beneath. Hidden tunnels and secret chambers stretch below, with local legends and archaeological findings suggesting an extensive underground network. Some even believe these tunnels connect the fortress to other parts of ancient Aleppo. Once again, we see these underground passageways, linking important structures and even entire cities. But for what purpose? Were they escape routes, secret vaults, or evidence of a lost civilization that once thrived beneath the surface? Adding to the enigma, certain sections of the fortress showcase stonework so precise, so impossibly smooth, that it challenges everything we think we know. Seamless joints, masterful craftsmanship, in the middle of a scorching desert, with no modern logistics, no established roads, and no clear explanations. And here's the tragic part, this isn't just Aleppo. Sites like this exist all over the world, many in war-torn regions where history has been reduced to rubble. The destruction has made it nearly impossible to uncover the truth about these civilizations, their knowledge, and their architectural genius. It's hard to comprehend the sheer loss. Centuries of history, wiped away forever. War, whether by accident or design, has a curious way of erasing structures that don't fit the mainstream narrative. Mainstream history tells us that Palmyra and Aleppo thrived under Roman and later Islamic rule. But what if we're only seeing the final chapters of a much older story? Could an ancient, forgotten civilization have set the stage for these awe-inspiring cities? The similarities to other ancient structures around the world are hard to overlook. So, who were these master builders? Were they part of an advanced civilization, lost to time and conquest? Or were they an earlier culture whose influence has been overshadowed by the empires that came after? What do you think? Are Palmyra and Aleppo merely Roman and Islamic wonders? Or do they hold the hidden traces of something much older? Something we're only beginning to uncover? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of our past. Until next time, keep questioning history